microphone. There you go. Go for an earlier stream today. Most likely just a quick one. I might put this glove on backwards now. Okay. Now we're gonna get this quickly finished up. And we'll go from there. Just gonna put some music on my AirPods quickly, so I'm not just sitting here in silence. Okay. Right, let's get this thing open. My glove's not on properly on this finger. It drives me crazy when that happens. This finger's quite sore from where I burnt it the other day with the soldering iron. Through the gloves as well, somehow. Soldering iron be hot. Yo, what's going on, James? First. Oh, where's my phone vibrating? Just notifications. I'll still gotta try and fix this at some point. Look at the state of it. I've got a part here. Just keep putting it off. Just because I feel like I'm gonna mess it up. Hopefully we don't forget anything this time. There you go. I haven't even had a chance to look at any other controllers or anything. Okay. Remember to put this in this time. Did I just eat a screw? Yeah, I did. I need a smaller bit. It's been a long day already. It's meant to be warm tomorrow, apparently. I'll believe that when I see it, though. But that'd be pretty cool. I was gonna not remove the antennas, but oh well. Because you can just keep the antennas plugged in and just pop that up and just wiggle it in. It's an early stream. Yeah, it is early for me, yeah. I'm probably just gonna do a short one. I thought if I stream early, then hopefully I won't be on super late and I can actually get some sleep. I did plan to not stream for a few days and get some rest, but I don't know, I just enjoy partying and sharing it with people. So I thought I'll just stream for a little bit. Why does that not look like it's on properly? Okay, that's fine. Hopefully you guys, I keep forgetting, I keep moving out of camera view when I'm doing the connectors. Gonna have to grab a drink now, I think. Okay. We need the stay away from Bluetooth, yeah. I'll stay away from anything with like audio, preferably for now. Yes, disconnected, reconnected. Okay. Hopefully the stream's going okay. It just said it disconnected, but it also said reconnected. Okay, so it's excellent now. Okay, I think we just got disconnected. But yeah, I was gonna try like some white vinegar. But I know you can get like a cleaning one that's like much stronger. It's like 20, maybe 30% or something, and just normal one's like 5, I think. So it might not do anything, because I literally just picked some up from the local shop. Because I thought, I'll give it a go, and ultrasonic before I try put any like polish in or anything on it. Just see how it turns out. Okay. Give this a quick once over with an ultrasonic cleaner. This is not an ultrasonic cleaner. This is a microfiber cloth. I'll give it a quick wipe with a microfiber. I think there might be a little bit of flex on it. Something sticky looking on it. You can probably see that. Like here. Gotta be careful because these foam pads don't like being wiped. That should probably be okay. Not gonna wipe it too much, they'll probably deteriorate. That's one. And there's the second one. Okay. They can go back in now. I can probably move the isopropyl alcohol. The big one goes on the right hand side, I'm pretty sure. Do you want to maybe like go in? There you go. Yeah, it's relaxing doing controllers though. Well, I say controller, specifically this controller, because I've done it so many times. But trying to do that audio stuff was like stressing me right out. Soldering a few things and then doing a few screws and cleaning stuff, nice and easy. Problem solving, enjoyable up to a point. Okay, my iron should be up to temperature. Oh, we'll need a little dab of flux. Yo, what's going on, Squish? How are you doing today? Okay, that's a bit too much flux there. Can I spread that to some of this? Gotta be careful, I got this soldering iron in my hands still. Probably not the smartest idea. Oh, that's way too much flux on that one. And nowhere near enough solder on that, on that last pad. Okay. Can we ninja our way in here with a soldering iron somehow? Not burning anything. making any contact. Just want to get in and put a little bit of solder on this pad. Okay, that's better. Okay, so I'm pretty sure it's grey, black, red, black. So we do black first, I'm pretty sure. Need to be forgetting today though. Okay, I need some solder on my need some solder on my iron. Do you want to like stay down there? There you go. Okay, one wire down. Two wires down. I'm going to quickly just retouch this one. And this one is not quite flat enough for my liking. There you go. Ultra flat now. Which wire do we do next? The black one. Let's try to get this out here. Oh, I thought I was holding that wire there, apparently I wasn't. It's not quite flat enough. There you go. Forget that this one needs to go around the other side. So we come around the other side for this one. Because this one needs to be done like this. Oh my God, I need to start moving now and wait for the solder to solidify. There you go. So they should be fine like this. They're all out of the way of the triggers. Now we need to do the other side. So we need a motor wire. Preferably trying to move these out of the way if we can. Okay, there you go. Okay, can we get this nice and flat? I don't think there's enough solder there, to be honest. It's going to guarantee pop off as soon as I do this. Try and get some solder on this iron. Okay, now I think we have too much on there. We'll see. No, that looks fine. That's the perfect amount. Hopefully this next one's got enough on it. It looks a bit that's okay. 2 more wires to go. Yeah, I'm not getting the right angle on there. It's a bit difficult. This tip is a little bit large. But I do prefer using a larger soldering tip. Oh my days. This one does not want to stay in place. There you go. Just needs a little encouragement. You ordered any more controllers? No, not yet, sadly. Just haven't had time to like look at any. Did have a look the other day, but they're all like too expensive for what I was willing to pay. That should be fine. But I would like to get some more. I'd like a job lot of them, to be honest. It's like a whole bunch of like, you know, different issues and stuff. It's just more fun that way, but just can never find any. If I looked at like other types of controllers, obviously I could, because I'm only looking at like Xbox Series. It's a bit more limiting. I don't do PS5 or anything like that, or PS4. And the other Xbox ones can't be calibrated. Well, I think you can calibrate one of the Xbox One, like the last generation one, or like the last model. I forget what the model number is though. I just remember the one I do, which is 1914. So I guess she's finished. Yo, what's going on, Farm Tech? How are you doing this evening? Or afternoon, I should say. I think you could do most controllers. They're probably fairly similar. Yeah, I could have to do them like one or two of them. But the PS5 controller looks quite like intimidating. Like this is really simple. It's labeled really well. There's just like two boards and an SoC on the one. But the series, rather than having like nice like jumpers, like this just got like two little nice jumpers, plastic ones. They slot together, easy and nice. The PS5, because I've seen like one or two videos, it's like lots of ribbon cables everywhere, and you've got to like desolder this ribbon cable then from the board and stuff, and it's just like, why make it so complicated? It's a controller. Just why didn't you just do it like this? Just change one or two things. I'm fine, yeah. Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Okay, that's looking good. My hands on the other side, not so much. So let's try and clean these. Okay. That should be ready to put the housing back on now, the case. Let's put the thumbsticks back on. Told you yesterday I always forget that, didn't I? I unscrewed this bottom board, totally forgot to screw it back in. So let's quickly do that. Because that would be a sensible thing to do. Make sure these are all tight. Okay. Now we can put the front plate on. Hopefully we're not forgetting anything this time. Okay, again, something's not aligned. Looks fine. Okay. Let's change our bit on our screwdriver. Oh, okay, got it. These screws are a little bit fiddly, these aftermarket ones. The head, where they fit into the screwdriver bit, is not quite right. None of the bits fit as well as they should. But I think it's only on the larger case ones maybe, because I'm sure I've used them before and I don't remember having any issues. But I can't remember what ones I used before. The bit keeps slipping. Yeah, that's tight. Just double check all of these now. Why are game console a big hit to repair? Here in Denmark, this is not used much. I'm not too sure, to be honest. It is quite big over here though, people are repairing and stuff. I guess we're like cheap. Don't like buying new stuff. Oh, we still gotta find the grips for these. Okay, let's have a look around here. Do not have any with these controllers here. Okay, so I've got another white control over here. What's this one? Found a set of black grips and white ones, but these white ones go for this controller here, by the look of it. Where would I have? Oh wait, I think I see him in a box the other day actually. Oh wait, what's this box down here? I just found a set, and I think a back bumper, back cover. Oh yeah, it's an OEM one too. I'd assume these have been cleaned too, because I can't see any dirt or grime. It's missing one clip though. So we've got everything we need. I guess we'll put a sticker on here too. Okay. 2 seconds. Just gonna quickly wipe my nose. It's just a bit sniffly today. What do we need? A sticker and a cloth. Okay, so I'm just gonna grab a microfiber cloth, wipe down this area, so we're going to put the sticker. Hopefully getting rid of any dust specks from here. I can still see some. Okay. Put that there. I'm going to grab one of these. And we just need to... It's difficult to do with gloves on. Done it from the wrong side. You want to hold it on the bottom. Okay. That's on there well now. There you go. These are not like a 1-to-1, but I made these. They're pretty damn close. Considering I don't have like a resin ribbon printer, like thousands and thousands of pounds worth of 3M printed media. Yeah, I made it. I'll show you compared to like an OEM one now. There are different variants of the OEM one because you have different models. So some are like white and some are like off-white. I've also got 2 other sheets here. These ones are not as good. The finish isn't quite right. These are the OEM ones. So you'll notice if I zoom out a bit, there are some differences. But you would have to hold them next to each other to be able to tell. There's a slight colour difference. You do get some which are whiter. The barcode thickness on the lines. The text isn't quite as sharp. If I zoom into this one. It's perfect and sharp, that is. I mean, if I look at this one, like it's good, but it's not quite as perfect. But some of that is to do with the way the lamination is taken. yeah, they're pretty good. I had to draw everything in, letter by letter, symbol by symbol. But they're good for restoration projects, and I enjoy doing like stickers and stuff. Certainly does need any for like restoration and stuff. If they're restoring something, like old consoles. I'd like to do something for like other consoles. Got like black ones too. The finish on the first set wasn't quite right. Because you can buy them online, but they're like stupidly expensive. And apparently they're not even that good. So if you look at the finish on these ones, see they're too glossy. But then if you look at the finish of the other ones, on these ones, that's just right. Which is obviously different printing technology, and that's about it basically. But that was a fun little project. Took a little bit of time. It'd be cool to do some for like, you know, Game Boys or PlayStation 1s or something like that. They're just compliance labels, is what they're known as. Oh. Yeah, these are definitely not from this controller. To show you under the microscope, there is a massive color difference on these. These need whitening. Look at the color difference on that. I don't know if it's showing up on camera super well. You can probably see that though. Yeah. That's annoying. I guess these need taken off and whitening. And I am on a limited time today, that's why I started streaming early. So, oh my days. These are always a nightmare to get off. There you go. So we can put this to the side for now, controller. Gonna have to grab like I don't know where my cling film is, that's the problem. If I can't find cling film, I have to use a bag or something. I've got cling film, but I can't remember where I put it from the last time I used it. I didn't put it back where it goes, I know that much. Let me just check, just to be sure. No, there's file in there, but the cling film has disappeared. Oh, it's on the floor right here. Never mind. Oops. Okay, so I've got a cling film. Peroxide. The container. I don't need a taller container though. I guess I could take some of these controllers out there and put them all into one. I won't be too nervous. Have to grab a cloth. Because I do not want to get any like plastic to plastic scuffs on any of these. These are all like completed controllers, they're just stored in boxes. They look beautiful. The blue, sharp blue and the custom orange one next to each other. They just look so nice. They look really nice on like a wall as a set. Orange and blue go nice together though. Okay. going to fit this on the desk? That's the question. I like the orange one. Yeah, I really like the orange one too. Like, I'm probably going to have to sell it at some point, but I'll be kind of gutted because I don't need controllers. I don't use them. But I don't know, they're all nice. They're all clean and nice and upgraded. I like the colours on some of them. I've got a purple one, a red one. I've got like every colour basically, up in the Vault green one. I don't even own an Xbox Series or play games anymore. Just like hoarding shit, I think. But I do need to sell them. Because I reckon get 30 to 40 pounds. I'd like to get closer to 40 for them. The ones that like upgraded TMR sticks and stuff. Because they've all been like fully stripped down. Any issues with them that I'm aware of addressed. Cleaned, upgraded. But I might not get 40 for them. Okay, I'm going to have to roll on my sleeves. I do not want to get peroxide on this hoodie. It's quite a nice hoodie. It's got like a giant pretzel on it with like hands and legs. Like a little character, pretzel character. This brush might be a bit big. Can't be bothered looking for another one though, so we'll use it. Get a brush. We got some peroxide. And I do not have goggles on right now. I mean, yeah, I totally have goggles on right now, guys. PP is very important. Always make sure to wear your PPE, especially goggles and a respirator when you're doing this. Gotta be goddamn careful doing this. This is 40 proof peroxide cream, if anybody's curious. Liquid, the version of this strength would be better because you could just like totally submerge them in a small container and a better light. But I don't have either of those things. And this is what we have. Because I'm cheap. Didn't want to spend like hundreds of pounds on a light. Trying to get chemicals these days online is much more difficult. Like a lot of chemicals I used to be able to buy quite easy online. I know just these days you can't even buy anymore now without licenses and stuff. It's ridiculous. Probably won't see the results of this until next stream though, because I'm going to have to leave this sit overnight probably, or at least for the rest of the evening. Just to make sure you get as much of this stuff on as you can. Sometimes it takes a couple of passes. But I've had okay-ish results with this setup. It is like the most ghetto minimal setup you could probably get away with for doing this. But it somewhat works. I have lightened plastics with the Xbox ones in the past, like buttons mainly. I did do like an entire case as well, but it was mainly the buttons which were yellowed. I did manage to get them like brand new looking, I don't think. Can't quite remember now. But I got them not looking like shit. Must be in half decent because I'm pretty fussy. So I'm trying to get it everywhere. Hopefully that's enough. So I'm trying to get as much on as you can. This stuff reminds me of like a paint stripper. I don't know if paint stripper would work. I think a paint stripper would probably just damage the plastic. Hopefully that's enough on there. So we now need to do something with this brush that's now covered in peroxide. I'm going to go and dump this into the bathroom a minute. Carefully rinse off any of this on my hands. Try not to splash. Because once you dilute the stuff with water, it's fine. Also, this stuff does have a shelf life. Over time, this will literally just turn into water. It turns into H2O, hydrogen peroxide does. The peroxide goes and you just get hydrogen and oxygen. I think it's around 12 months shelf life. I'm not 100% on that though. Okay, so we've got rid of that now. So we can now grab some more of the cling film. You haven't got to use cling film, and if you're using the liquid, then you obviously don't need to use cling film. But we're doing this to stop this stuff evaporating so fast. Yeah, that's what women use to hair dye. It's quite kind of like hair dye. It's for like bleaching hair, basically. So like kind of making it blonde and stuff, taking the colour out. You can use this trick if you're ever doing any DIY with paint stripper, because paint stripper is like really crap and weak these days. You can put cling film around it to stop it evaporating, and it keeps it active for longer, basically. So we'll just pat that around the edges. So that's all. That should not evaporate too fast now, because we've got that covered in the cling film. Don't need cling film at the bottom, but I'd like to keep my box nice and not have peroxide all over it. Now I need a lid. This is the reason I went for such a large box. Basically, you could go for larger depending on what kind of light setup you're going for. Obviously, this is overkill for the smaller components are, but it's to do with the height sideways. Because it just means I can just plop a light on top like that and just knock it on. But I'm going to go and do this in the other room, because apparently this stuff's not good for your eyes, this light. Apparently you're meant to wear goggles whenever you're using a UV light. Apparently any like regular PP, like safety goggles should do. If they made a polycarbonate, apparently polycarbonate should block the UV rays. So I'm going to go and put this in the other room and just knock this on basically, and just leave it until it almost fell over, until the battery runs out. And then I'll charge the battery up and I'll do the same again. So we'll just chuck this over here. And what you can do, which I am going to do now, is you can grab a little kitchen foil, like some tin foil, aluminium foil. If you can get to some of it without it tearing over on the roll that is. Okay. If you grab a little bit of aluminium tin foil, you can. And you can wrap that around the side on the outside of the box. And that will help reflect a bunch of that UV back into the box. So if you haven't got like the best light setup like me, a a lot of them UV rays then to get him bounced back into the box. Try to maximize what you've got. So that is now in the other room, UVing up. So that will take a couple of hours. I can have my soldering iron off, I guess, while we're waiting, because we've got a little bit more time on the stream. We'll have a look at this. I don't know if anybody's seen. Let me put the lid back on this peroxide. I don't know if there's a best way to keep it, if like you can keep this in the fridge or something. I have no idea. I think flux you're meant to keep in the fridge or something like that. I don't keep mine in the fridge. But I'm not too sure if people have seen the watch case that we would like to try to restore. Or well, one of them. One other one shouldn't be so challenging once we get a bench power supply. We've got to plate both of them. I'd have to find the tool for opening this one, that's the problem. When it comes to polishing. I don't keep mine in the fridge either. Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one. But this might be too far gone, to be honest. It is very pitted. I got a lot of them pits. You'd have to take a lot of material back to get them all completely out. Luckily, not so much on the top. And the sides are not as bad as the bottom. So I'm assuming he was like sitting in water, like this way down or something. But I picked up some white vinegar earlier, so I'd like to see if that like does anything. Let's try and get further away with this. Put that there. Focus. I guess give it a go, see if it does anything. And I'll also heat up the ultrasonic cleaner to see if that does anything. Just to see if we can try less aggressive methods first before we start removing a bunch of material from this thing. So I'm just knocking on the outside to clean it, heat up. Got some white vinegar. I don't think this white vinegar is going to do anything though, to be honest. I know white vinegar can be really good, but I think you need like the high strength stuff. This is just like 85p Jacks, part of the Tesco family. Like stuff that you use on like condiments. I don't think it's going to be very strong. It's going to smell, I know that much. Oh yeah, that's buzzing. Ugh, I hate the smell of white vinegar. Like, oh my god, that's horrible. I like the smell of normal vinegar. What's it taste like? I don't know, I'm not drinking this stuff. You crazy? It smells horrible. I like malt vinegar. Really, like I have on my chips, like loads. Alright, are we going to get any fizz in? If we get any fizz in, I think it's too weak. On the higher strength stuff, you get like fizz in basically instantaneously. And you know it's working then. I don't really think we get like any reaction. We could try boiling this stuff to concentrate it. But I don't really fancy doing that. My entire house would stink of vinegar. Boiling vinegar, it'd just be in the air. We are getting some reaction happening. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's taken a little bit. I don't think that's the air escaping. That bit was the air escaping. We're getting a mild reaction. But if you have, my wife bought concentrated vinegar and we use it to spray killer weeds now, stinks up the yard for a day or two. Yeah, I know, it absolutely buzzes. No, the concentrated stuff is like really strong as well. But I don't know how much this particular one would do. I know, like with the concentrated ones, which are like 20 to 30%, they take minutes. Like you know, see, like you can put them in and you'll see it like fizzing straight away. This one is fizzing, but very, very slowly. Whack it on your chips for a see. I'm gonna see how much like decent vinegar is on the Amazon, just on Google. Sorry, Chrome. Let me just quickly open up Chrome and have a quick look to see. High strength white vinegar. Let's have a look. Okay, Hexy will do it as well. The same people that do the IPA. I don't want to buy like gallons of this stuff though. Let's have a look though. So it's on the Amazons. £26 though. That's crazy. It's 20% though. So it's like 4 times stronger than this one here. We are getting a reaction on this one though. It's just very, very slow. And the funny thing is on the Amazon list here, it says deodorizes and removes grime. Yeah, deodorizes because everything stinks of vinegar. You can't smell anything else. Yeah, 20%, but that's like crazy expensive. I'm not paying £26 for white vinegar. I paid 85 pence for this bottle. I bought 2 of them as well. Big spender. That's way too much. I wonder if I can get any cheaper, because I don't need 4 times 5 litres of this stuff. Yeah, certainly killing my sense of smell. Just sitting here. I think you'd probably need some of this strength. You'd probably need to let it sit like overnight. I don't think it's going to do much without. There is a, I forgot what it's called now. I'm going to have to Google what it's called. But there's a way to remove rust using electricity. It's like electroplating, but in reverse. Electrolysis, is that what it's called? Yeah, electrolysis. Okay, electrolysis, I think that's how it's pronounced. By using a DC power source to transfer rust from a submerged part to a negative sacrificial metal positive in water and washing soda solution. Preserves base metal by making it ideal for delicate tools or heavy pitted parts. I've seen somebody do it, I think, on like tool or watch repair probably. I've used it on car parts. It's a bit like, yeah, it's just like the reverse. I think you just like exactly the same as electroplating. Obviously you don't have a plating solution, but you've still got like the anode and the cathode, but you just swap them around. So you're like deplating the rust kind of thing, or using the rust as like the sacrificial anode, transferring the rust onto something else. But yeah, this is quite disappointing. I thought it was going to work a lot better than this. But we could try, well, I have got the ultrasonic cleaner heating up right now. We're getting some bubbling in there though. But it's not like fizzing away like it should be. But I'm sure if you just left it there for a long period of time, then it probably would. Struggling to even get this thing out now. I'm gonna have to grab something to place this on. I just realised I'm not placing that straight onto my desk. My desk will smell. What's the ultrasonic cleaner at? 19 degrees. You're shitting me right now. So ultrasonic cleaner takes forever to get up to temperature. Okay. But yeah, sadly I don't have a DC power supply to do that. I have like regular wall adapters, like a bunch of them. They technically are DC, but not like a bench or anything. This thing does not want to come out doing that. Just get out. Oh my days. Oh my days. I just tipped bloody vinegar over it, didn't I? Okay, let me go and get some more kitchen towel. Now my kitchen is going to smell like goddamn vinegar. Kitchen towel. Where the hell did I put the kitchen towel? Never mind, I brought it with me. It's on my tray. I use a car battery charger, an old type one. Oh, okay. Pretty powerful then. They output quite a lot of amps, don't they? This is impossible to fish out. So I get for now removing the glass. There's so much easier to grip a tweezers when you've removed the glass. It's not good for the watch. Just there you go, I got it out. And it is absolutely smelling. So are my tweezers. Yeah. Vinegar. Alright, do you reckon? Oh my god, it looks like brand new, guys. No, it doesn't really. I think it's removed some dirt and some stuff. Like the back looks a bit shinier. Probably can't see it because I'm like miles away from the camera. Let me put that there. I'm going to put this white vinegar out here so I don't tip it over on my desk because I will cry. I don't mind spilling IPA on my desk, but I do not want to spill white vinegar on my desk. Can't do, but water is quite a good insulator. So I'd add salt. Okay, yeah, to increase the conductivity. Yes, that's the smart thing to do. Like we've got a bunch of dirt that's come off this. So I guess it's slightly cleaner. I don't think I removed any of the rust. I'll show you guys in a second once I've finished wiping this. Can you see that? I guess most certainly shinier, but that could just be because I had liquid on it and I've rubbed it with a cloth. As opposed to the white vinegar. I don't think I've really done anything for the rust or anything. For most of this, I don't think it is. Well, some of it's rust, but some of it's just where all the plating's coming off, basically. And the plating is on there because the material that's below it. Well, there's 3 layers. There's brass, which is not plating. That's going to be the base material. Then you're probably going to have like zinc, and then this is probably going to be a chrome plating then on top. Which chrome is incredibly toxic. I do have a tiny little bit of chrome plating solution, but I've always been too scared to use it. It's just got a big warning label on it. Yeah. Oh, evaporust. Yeah, I've heard of evaporust. I don't think it would really work in this instance, because as you can see, like that shine in there. So there's not really any like rust on the surface. It's just the damage that's left, basically, more than anything, like the pitting and where the plating's coming off. I think now it's like a little bit down here. It's a bit rough. But I'm definitely gonna have to get a bench power supply. But the problem is, like, they all seem rubbish unless you pay like good money. And the same with an oscilloscope. Been looking at that. The wristband's not bad though. There's not really any corrosion on this, but it's just because this is stainless. Like this is looking ratty, but that'll come up fine. That's stainless. I like my PSU, but it was not cheap. Yeah, that surprises me because you don't like spending money, but it's like, yeah, with a power supply, sometimes depending on what you're doing with it. Don't get mad at too much for electroplating and like just power in general stuff. There's some bending in this top bit here, which is a bit gutting. It's annoying to flatten out. But if you're trying to power like electronic circuits or stuff like that, then you really need a good power supply. You do not want a noisy power supply. It's just going to cause you so many issues. This is like scuffed. But the good thing about stainless is like it's going to be solid always, so it's not plating, so we can just polish this up without worrying really. So when I do spend, like to get something half decent, yeah. Pay once, cry once. Yeah, I don't blame you. Unless you're talking about throwaway stuff like tweezers. Oh, I don't know, I have some stuff like some tweezers which I wouldn't consider throwaway tweezers, but I only use them on watches. But most of my other ones, like these, I probably wouldn't like to throw away, but they're not like the world's best tweezers or anything. They're okay. I have like clones of them as well. Just because the clones are like really cheap. The quality's not far off on the clone. I don't think these are the exact same piece. These are the sharp ones, but these are the ESD12. The QC is certainly better on these ones because the logo's actually straight on the iFixit ones, rather than like, I don't even know what angle you call that. It's like 13 degrees. I think it's some odd number. But the material's about the same thickness. The finishing on the ends is a bit neater on the iFixit ones compared to these ones, where everything is just sloppy and slanty, but obviously they're going to be producing these at a much faster rate, just like whacking them in the coating or whatever it is, rather than like that, or maybe with these ones. And that's what they're doing for cheaper. You don't have the iFixit bits. I've got I had this for ages, the iFixit screwdriver with all the bits, and that's done me like really well. And then when I started doing controllers, I wanted some tweezers for working, so I got the iFixit kit, like with 3 of them in. And I have some other random ones around. Obviously I have like a clone set, the iFixit kit that came with like more, and we've got them titanium ones around here somewhere, which have just like disappeared now completely. But that's why we've got a bunch of tweezers, because they just like to disappear. But this is another one that came with the iFixit kit. I just feel like it's better for gripping wires, because obviously you can hold it flat to the bowl and stuff like that. Or chips, I think it's probably meant for. And SMT components. But I find with the ends being so small, things just slip constantly. I'd like to have something like this that's like a little bit thicker on the end, more rounded, like somewhere, like if these two had a baby, but like not quite as big as this, but a bit more like grippy and rounded. Might be perfect for them for wires. The other thing I can't see in here is the, I think they call it spring bars. It's been so long, it's been like 4 or 5 years since I've done any watches. I've completely forgotten everything. But yeah, spring bars, I think. But we did have like boxes and boxes of random spring bars we found the other day. So I assume one of them probably works, and we got calipers. So we'll figure it out. I'm hoping my ultrasonic cleaner's ready, and I'll just chuck all of this in there. I just bought a cheap screwdriver, so I just bought cheap screwdrivers. Okay, yeah, I've got a cheap screwdriver set. You'd never guess how cheap I actually got this set for. You probably recognize this, quite a like common popular set on like AliExpress and Amazon. You can normally get them as cheap as like £8 and stuff like that. I paid £1 for it. So I was like, okay, I get it. It's just there as like a space set, or if I want to like maybe pry something open or do something I wouldn't dare do with my nice screwdriver set. And then I've got some screwdrivers I use for watches. I probably wouldn't use knife fixer kit on watches. Well, I definitely wouldn't actually. They're magnetized. You can't use magnetized screwdrivers on watches. You will make your watch run slow. Never use that. I completely forgot about that. Literally just as I was saying it, I was like, wait, yeah, you can't use magnetic screwdrivers on that. That's why I have separate screwdrivivers. And you also want to make sure you're demagnetizing them, just in case, occasionally. Especially, not so much on quartz, it matters, but on a mechanical watch, like that adds up quickly. It's only at 30 degrees, but I'm just going to bung them in. I do need to remove the back off this so at some point, because I need to be able to remove the glass. Probably shouldn't have just dumped that in their face first. Because trying to remove this sapphire, I think, on the screen. And sapphire is really hard, so you can't really just like polish the scratches out. It's a lot of work to install, like a lot of sanding and buffing. You can't just wax and poly watch on it. Okay, I'm gonna just knock that on for like 10 minutes. And I apologize for the sound. There will be an ultrasonic cleaner go in for like a couple of seconds while I'm walking into the other room. Okay. My kitchen now looks like a scene at a Breaking Bad or something. Like an ultrasonic cleaner running in a box with a UV light whacked on top of it. That box looks grimy. Okay. So hopefully the ultrasonic cleaner does something to that. I do have some polishing compounds that we'll try. I'll go and fetch the polishing compounds. Oh shit, I almost knocked over all my lights. Right, where are they to? Problem is I still haven't got an adapter to fit some of my larger polishing wheels. Because I've got all the different like types of polishing wheels. I forgot how you pronounce them all. Like Cial or something, and then like a flap wheel, and then like a loose flap wheel, and all of that stuff. But these 3 polishing compounds, you can do most of the work with. They're really good ones, and I have like loads left, like a ridiculous amount. They're from a good company too. They are Menzerna. Like we have these big ass blocks. Look how big this thing is. This is how much polishing compound we have. That is like big block. I don't know if you can see how like chunky that thing is. Like that has got some weight to it. If you drop that. That was only from like a centimeter high. I dropped that too. And we've got. Oh nice, I've actually kept the brushes in one of them. That's sensible of me. I don't know where I put the brushes for the other one. Because you can't cross-use brushes. Because like it's pointless using like say, let's have a look at these, it'd be easier to explain if you don't know much about polishing. This one is a finishing one, so we won't worry about that one for now. We'll start off on one of the prepping ones. The sticker's coming off this, I'm going to need to stick this back on. This one's a Cut 7 Gloss 5, and this one is a Cut 9 Gloss 2. So you would start off with something like this black one. So high-grade brushing and cutting compound. First stage polishing compound. High grease content with high cut. Steel, stainless steel, iron, titanium, aluminium, and hard brass. And then it says it's a CCL mop only. It's a Cut 9 and then a Gloss 2. But if you used this on your mop and then you added something like this to go up to the next stage on the same mop, well, you're not really going to get the effect of this because you're still going to have this contaminating your mop, which will still be doing a cut 9, even though you're trying to do a cut 7 gloss 5 on this. As soon as a cut color compound used on all metals, this compound has a good cut and leave a bright finish. It contains special grease that binds the abrasive to the mop, which increases the bar and mop life. Very popular mid-range compound. It's a good one. And then you go up to this one, even though this one isn't specifically for the metals we're working with. It's completely fine, basically, especially because it's a finishing final stage compound that we'll be using. So this is a finishing compound for sheet aluminium. Contains a special grease that cools the surface of metal and reduces the effects of teardropping holes on the surface. Heat can be a problem for polishing thinner sheets of aluminium, and this helps alleviate these problems. So this is why this one, even though technically it says aluminium, it's good for final finishing on watches, because it prevents heat, basically, if you're using like a bench grinder or something that's got a higher RPM. And obviously it tells you what mop to use it on and stuff. But yeah, we have like ridiculous amounts of this stuff, and like you need the tiniest amount ever. Like we wouldn't even need to add anything to this. This is just a little Dremel attachment in here. But like, yeah, that's already plenty greased up, and we have all of that left. I think that's how much we've used. I know you put the Dremel on, keep it in the bag, and spin it around when the Dremel's on, basically, and do it in the bag so it doesn't go everywhere. And then practically you should keep your compound and your brushes. Obviously I've got large ones, like the flat wheels. They're like a couple of inch, and they go on a bench grinder. But if you want to just do like some hand stuff with the Dremel, you can use them little brushes. So we will try some of these. But I'm going to have to check how much difference the ultrasonic cleaner's made. Plus I'm not looking forward to using these on my desk. I normally do these in a clean environment because spinning wheels tend to kick. Even though they got grease and stuff that holds them to the mop, you still get splatter. It goes everywhere. I do not want to get all of my screen and my camera. And I think this ultrasonic, yeah, that's still going, I can hear it. Okay, hopefully the ultrasonic shouldn't be too much longer. Let's switch to the top down for a bit. It's a bit more interesting. You can probably get a better idea of scale now of how big these polishing blocks are. Like that's my hands. They are huge. Can't even remember how much I paid for these, but it probably wasn't cheap. I spent a lot of money on watch stuff. But it's much cheaper than buying watches, especially if you're restoring vintage watches, which you can't buy new and stuff like that. So, you know, I might as well get myself a watch collection, a nice one I like for, you know, reasonable money. Just by repairing and polishing them, stuff like that. You can use something that looks similar to this, but this is obviously a carbon filter. Like people know it's like Scotch pad. They're known as like an abrasive pad. You can get different brands. I use Merca. You can get different grades. You can use them then for adding a brushed finish after you've polished. I don't know if you've seen like a brushed finish on watches. A lot of the time, like you'll have it on either the strap quite often, and then I forgot what it's called now, but where the legs attach, basically, that bottom part, and then normally like the part next to the glass, like the circle part, that'll normally be polished. But it does vary from watch to watch, but that's like the most common setup you get. How did you get into watches? I'm not too sure. I've kind of always liked watches, and not so, like I don't wear them as much now, but I always liked stuff that, like, you know, you'd consider like a classic gentleman, and like, you know, a watch is a very like gentleman-y thing. I used to like blazers and stuff like that, but I'm wearing like Nike joggers right now, and like an oversized hoodie, and like an LA beanie. So not really like smart, super casual, but I just can't be arsed as I get older dressing smart. But I like a good watch. It goes nice with like everything. I've got two boxes of them. I think I showed them last stream. One of the boxes I really like, mainly just because the box is nice. Not too sure what wood it's made out of. Not all the ones in this box are nice. Like I think 2 of them, which are just in the box and I've never taken out. Not 3 of them were from AliExpress and they were absolute trash. Or some websites similar to AliExpress. So this is like the nice box. This one, and this one are absolute trash. They're just in there to fill up the box, basically. Even though I do have other watches that should fill this up, but they're just not in here now. They're trash. The rest are nice. This one is sentimental though. This is a Dolce & Gabbana one. The rest are like Seikos and stuff like that. Pulsar, Citizens, Seiko, Loris. And then the other box, which is not as organised. It's just dumped in here. And then, even though these are like some of the nicer ones, especially the below over here, this is like absolutely beautiful. It's got like an exposed movement disc, mechanical. This Seconda's nice. I just like the colour. Don't wear gold watches very often. They're a bit too flashy. More Citizen watches. Oh, thank you. And another Citizen watch here. Got some really like nice dials and stuff on some of these. Could probably show them under the scope, some of the dials. That's why I got a lot of these. If we can get to them carefully. Can we get a focus on that? No, I can need to, yeah. Also, yeah, hello, Chloe. I didn't even say hello, sorry. There you go. That's upside down. Yes. Yeah, I like a good dial. Another nice Citizen one here. Can I even get that into the camera? What else have we got here? Seiko. I don't know if this one's automatic. Oh, it's one way to find out, isn't it? No, I don't think this one is automatic. Oh no, it might be. No, I don't think it is automatic. I got headphones in, so I can't really hear. It's quite weighty, so I thought it might have been. Most are automatic. The absolute goat of watches. Can't go wrong with a Casio. And I've got a couple of others. This is a surprisingly comfy everyday watch. I haven't worn one in ages, but this Loris one with a nice stretchy strap on it. It's just super easy to get on and off. It's like a nice light watch. But yeah, I haven't worn any of these in years. I've got a couple of others. I got one I do wear quite often. I'll actually find that one now. So that used to be my daily. It's just quite scuffed up. It's on my desk, but my desk, I just haven't worn that one in a couple of months either. But I also got into woodworking at one point too, because I wanted to build like watch boxes and other cool things like that. But I don't like using, don't mind using power tools. I don't like using power tools with blades. So basically, blades, spinning blades be scary. Like a circular saw I'm a bit iffy with and I will use, but table saws, terrifying. Okay, this one is my, I think probably I could call this one my favourite. I guess this is my daily though. It's a Seiko 5. Can we try and get this in focus? As you can see, this one is like the bends on here and here, and the scratches on the ceramic. But it's a beautiful watch though. But yeah, I brought the hell out of this one. And this one is automatic, so we can just give this one a little wiggle. And it will come to life. See that nice smooth movement on it too. That's also why I love automatic watches. Just love the smooth movement. Rather than like one take for a second. I can't remember how many this one does. But yeah, that was my favourite. But I think these dials, from the ones we're going to repair, I'm gutted that that dark one is damaged, because like that is such a beautiful dial. But if you see up there, the paint is damaged on it. The champagne dial is pretty nice though. But that one is like really nice. Okay, I'm going to check that just on a cleaner to see how that's looking. You guys can look at that for a second. I've just, like, it's crazy how long that lasts. I shook that for like a few seconds and it's still ticking away. And that watch is like, it's older than me. That watch is like 40 years old. Yeah, it's finished. Let's have a look. Let's dish these out and see how they're looking. That's another reason why I like vintage watches, just because like they've got some history behind them. Okay, trying to get all the water out of this now was difficult to say the least. Okay. I think I need some isopropyl for this because I have, I guess I'm going to need to go and find my case remover anyway, my back remover. So we'll switch the top down for a minute. I'll move this one to the side. I'll whack that there. Didn't do much for the rust, but I guess there's not really any rust on it technically. It's just like, it's just a pitting and damage from rust. But everything else has come up clean, at least I think. Or it looks clean. Like the other parts that we put in. So that's good. Trying to get these out to, oh my god, that's hot. .50 degrees water is spicy. Problem is, all these pieces are like somehow wrap this up around the basket. Okay, the basket is coming with me, I guess, because I can knock it some of these parts off. So I put that there, and that there. And these are just like stuck this up in the basket for the ultrasonic cleaner. That one's out, but this one is like, it's wrapped itself around somehow. I don't even know how. What? So it's become like a permanent fixture. How did that even get on there? Like what? How? How did you even... Wait. There you go. We got it. Okay. Just gonna put a drop of IPA in, yeah. And now I need a microfiber cloth. Nice orange one here. Goes well with our nice blue worktop. Let me give these a quick wipe. Yeah, when I get 2 minutes, I want to try and set up some more stuff for the stream as well. I don't know if it's going to be through that like Lumia stream app, or if I'm going to try coding something. Who knows? By coding, I mean copy and paste in somebody else's code, and maybe making a couple of modifications at most, and then calling ourselves Elite Hacksaw. I'm telling everybody that I'm part of Anonymous. Like, yeah, I'm number one hacker now. Copy and pasted some code into an ID. But we'll see. This one doesn't look as clean on here, but might just be wear on the metal. Looks okay. I cannot remember how to remove these glasses, so it's been years. And I've got a tool for putting them in, the new ones. This is going to be a hard one to finish. So can you see this is finished in a perfect circular pattern? I think they've got like a mount for the watch. Put a watch in something and the watch would spin, and that way you can just put a pad to it. Go, psh. Maybe we sellotape it to a drill. We'll see. So how I get it centered. Oh, I think the watch tools are in. Yes, I might have a case opener in here next to me actually. Hopefully. I won't be streaming for a massive amount longer though, because I've got a bunch of stuff I need to also get sorted tonight. My main thing was just finishing that controller I wanted to get done. But I thought I got a bit of spare time, I might as well have a little potch. Is there anything that anybody would like enjoy to see most? I'm assuming people like to see like electronics more than anything. Do we have a case back opener in here? Yes. Don't know any fixes or mods really, I'm not that fussy. Okay. Well, that's loose as hell. This is a very ghetto one. I don't think I paid a massive amount for this one, but who knows. It's definitely like a Rolex case opener. Okay. Gotta remember which way you twist now. Left? Yeah. Can't get like a bowl to use, and you put it on to twist these and open up. We've got it. The gasket is still intact. Damn. The gasket is in perfect condition, I think. Yeah. Is that a rubber thing going around? It's a gasket, keeps the water out. And you have a gasket as well on, I think it's called a pinion. I can't remember, it's the stem, shaft, pinion. But like the winder basically, where that pushes in, as long as it's actually pushed in and not out. But some water resistant ones do have doubles. That I don't think is going to be intact, but we'll see. I don't think we've got any of them at the moment. I can never remember how to actually remove the glass. Pretty sure that's clipped in from the inside. But I really don't want to like push it and cut myself. I cannot remember. I've got a tool for it. But for now, we could just mask it up because I can't be bothered to go and grab the tool and try to figure out how to, what's it called? To go and find that tool basically and figure out how to use it, because it's been a couple of years since I've used that. So we will just put some masking tape on there, and we will just cut around here with a blunt blade, because I can't move my blades all right now for my scalpels, and I can wait. I can see a new one in the drawer in front of me, or we'll have the luxury of a new blade. Nice. Okay, so this is Scotch Blue for anybody who is wondering what tape I'm using. It's really good tape, like masking tape, so to speak. It's going to burnish the edges with this tool. Before we cut it, so we know it's like sealed well. And I guess we'll grab a new blade. Come on. Come on. Why does this not want to push out? I've changed hundreds of these blades. Take my glove off to do this. Nope, it's not the fact I'm wearing gloves then. Never had an issue taking a blade off one of these, but I'm going to use what the? This thing did get really rusted, but I restored it. Maybe that's why the blade doesn't want to come off. But once it's over the bottom there, it should just push up. There you go. That blade is on there well. There you go. I think it's just a little bit of rust at the bottom there. I'll just on a cleaner, got all the rust up. It also removed half of the paint. Didn't even drop it in water. I just left it in my kitchen for a couple of months. I guess the moist air in there Must have go to it. There you go. Put a glove back on now. I feel like I was going to cut myself trying to do them with the gloves. I did not want to cut myself. Yeah, good for decorating. The tape, yeah, it's really good for decorating and stuff. Like painting, DIY jobs, spray painting. If you're painting walls or skirtings or anything, yeah, they're good for all sorts, really. So now we need to move this and very delicately find where the gap in the glass is. That's not it though. I think I'm just cutting straight into metal right now. One or two areas I didn't cut perfect, so I'm hoping we're okay. So we've masked that up now anyway. We'll give it a quick polish. I won't be doing a massive amount on stream, because I know people prefer, I think, like electronics, but we'll just try doing a hand polish quickly on it. I say hand polish, like I won't use a jig. I might try the jig, because this thing does need holding. I wonder if we could put this into a PCB holder. Do you reckon this would hold this without it going flying? Potentially. Once you hold it better and it holds the controllers. Wouldn't surprise me anything, it holds it better and it holds the bloody controllers. No, that is a bit janky, I'm going to be honest, but... Oh no, that is janky. We'll give it a go. Just pray that it doesn't fall out. Let me grab my my Dremel. Okay, I can obviously I'll just on the cleaner off now. That does not need to be on anymore. Realistically, I need to be using my bench grinder for this, on my proper polishing wheels and stuff, like the ones that actually says to use on the front of them containers. The containers, the packaging for the polishing compounds. Do I have a spare plug? Going to find a spare plug now, and I have 1 minute. Gonna crawl under my desk now and try to find electricity. Alrighty. Oh, we have a spare one right there. Can I get to it though? Because maybe an ingenious have secured this extension socket thing to the back of the desk, where it was like nice and neat and out of the way. Very difficult to get to when you need to plug things in though. I'm just knocking over lights everywhere. Okay, my light's good. Okay, so we've got this. Obviously we will not be using this. This is an actual sanding wheel. Do you want to come out? There you go. And we will find the black one. I think that's cut 9, yeah. And we'll just pray that it doesn't go all over my camera. Before I do this, I think I'm going to stick like maybe cling film or something in front of my camera. I hope it's not too blurry, because I'm not getting a polishing compound off my lens. That will completely ruin it. Where is the cling film? We had it earlier, and now it's gone. What did we do? It's on the desk. Of course it's on the desk. Hopefully this cling film can go over the lens and it won't affect the image quality. Oops, I just dropped. It's a little bit foggy. But that's not too bad. I have noticed a difference, but that should protect my lens from getting polishing compound on it. And I'll just move my microscope out of the way over here. That should probably be okay, but we'll see. And we'll start off on a low speed. Get some compound on this. Okay. This watch is trying to move here though. Yeah, it's definitely hard to do a good job like this because it's all about having good even pressure. Turning the flat spots, making even passes. That is loud. My bad. So I turn the gain down on the microphone. So that if you guys mind to turn it back up. Try and take this out of this hole there. I have to do this by hand, I think. Just hold that. I can't get to all the pieces. This is in focus, and I need to go lower down so it's to be in focus for you guys. So I would not recommend doing this by hand. I would recommend having a desk-mounted situation, holding the watch with 2 hands and making passes like that at it. Because this is going to end up with flat spots doing this way. So I might just go over it eventually and then another time. Might need something more aggressive to get rid of some of this picking now. Can't hear you now. Oh my bad, forget it. It's going to be very difficult to overhear me for a minute while I'm doing this polishing. I do apologise. Yeah, the picking is quite deep on one side. Some areas I don't even know how I'm going to get to them, to be honest. I think to remove a lot of this you would need a higher cut. kind of give this thing a wee use. And there's been a bit of heat going into this. Well, finally the glass has just come out anyway, because the case has got slightly warm. But you have to be careful, because we don't want this getting too warm, so we need to add some more polishing compound. This is getting nice amount on there. The grease still has to keep the heat down. It's incredibly potching difficult. Need smaller polishing bits probably to get to some of these areas. But I guess that's what some of the wheels are for. Some of these polishing areas. Hopefully you guys can hear me somewhat. I'm not being completely blown outside this thing. This is a good way to get a very rough finish and polish on the watch there. So you need a lot of fun to from doing it by hand like this. Very difficult to do with this. Any like little input movements that are done there correctly are just gonna add imperfections. Just like every other move I'm doing right now. You need to be holding this firmly with two hands. Like a bench. Good finish. Making some progress though. I don't know how we're going to get in there. Minor scratches we could get out of this, but the deeper ones, not so much. Yeah, this is severely pickled. Strap would probably get better results with. I can already see this like a mist of polishing compound everywhere. Ooh, that was dangerous. Make sure we get a grip on this. I'm gonna go around and do the inside of the rim here. Quite difficult to get to there. You don't want to catch his finger on this, so you gotta keep doing. Okay, I'll show you guys now. A little look. We've made some progress. We haven't done anything on the top. But yeah, you need probably quite a bit of file work to this, or some sandpaper as well, to get rid of some of this pitting. It's quite damaged. We'll give the top a quick once over. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Let's do this top a once over. Surprisingly, only like the little scratches instead of coming out fine. Shame that this thing is so badly damaged. It's been a very rough job of this stuff by hand. I would not recommend doing it this way to anybody. Get in there, bro. Taking a bit there, okay? Get some wedges back on this. They're very worn, to say the least. Some areas you can't get to. I don't know if this one's too far down. peace and quiet for a minute. Alright. So as you can see, it's still in quite bad condition even after all of that. It's going to take, I think, a lot of hand work in this rim here, in here, around here. I've got some files and stuff. Probably need to file the edge here because I'm not going to get in there with a tool to square off that edge a bit better on this bottom edge. Some of the pitting I don't think we will, like the amount of material you have to remove to fix a lot of this pitting is just going to be too much. But I don't know if you can get something to fill these, because it's just on the one side the pitting is quite bad still. This side is not bad. No. I think we get too many lights on this thing because it's let's not put the light in front of the thing. See, that needs a bunch of shaping on the bottom. So I'm probably going to have to do that with hand files. But that's just like first rough pass. You can see how rough the back is. I don't think we're going to get the back perfect, but as long as we can neaten up the sides a bit, the face isn't too bad. Going to need to go in over it again. There we go, just some of the scratches. It's just not too bad. Could have a quick look at the strap before I end the stream maybe. Where is the strap? Where would the strap be? Where did I put that? I brought all the pieces out there on the desk right next to me. Okay. These are always best done on a machine because you can move them up and down as you need to. But you can see this one is quite scratched. See all of them scratches on there. Should we start on the clasp or the strap, and then we'll just give the clasp a once over so you can see the difference. So that's all the scratches on the clasp right now. Sometimes you need like actual. Oh yes, because I've knocked down the microphone back. I'm gonna be knocking back on the sander for a minute anyway, so or the Dremel, so I won't knock it back up yet. My bad. Get this in there properly. I think this is spinning out. Yeah. Thought it didn't sound right. a lot of these scratches and these things are too deep. Too good to take out with this. This is on a low speed as well. Okay, yeah, I think to get any deep scratches off these, you can see like that's a million times better, and for most people that might suffice after putting a brush coating on that, but you can still see a lot of we've got all the surface scratches, as you can see it's very shiny now, but a lot of them deeper scratches are still there, so you would need to get rid of them. Like some kind of abrasive cloth might be decent. If we've got one here, we can give it a quick go. We do need to head out any minute now. Yeah, we do happen to have one here. So you can grab this and then raise it up. Even pressure. I probably could knock the mic back up now, but I will in a minute now. We're getting some of them out. We might have to do a circular motion to take them some of the material. I just don't want to take them too much and take them the emblem and the logo. Kind of getting rid of some of the scratches. Still got some deep ones there. I need one of the red ones. Or some mechanical sanding. Yeah, I think this one probably would need some mechanical sanding for some of these scratches. Some of them are deeper than I thought. Everything is just like shaking while I'm doing this. Oh, we're getting quite a lot of them out though. Be quite surprised. There's definitely a lot less on there now than there was. So seeing there's a bunch of deep ones on there. But if you can remember how that looked, it looks a lot better. I haven't put a massive amount of work into it. But sometimes to get these good, you need to take quite a bit of material away with the bench. You need like an abrasive pad on a bench grinder, I think. Need to take back like a couple of microns of metal, I think, to get a decent result. But we'll give it a go. A lot better. We're slowly getting rid of some of them and deep ones. hopefully we can just buff it out now. Let's see. We do want a brushed effect on it afterwards though. There are still some deep scratches. Let's give this a quick going over. I apologize for the noise. It will only be for a couple of seconds. Or about a minute. Let's move the microscope to the polishing compound on it. There we go. That's the hot top. No one, you're not getting too hot. Gonna keep it cool in between each time. Yeah, there are still some scratches on here. Not perfect. But I think once we add the brush effect on this, now you won't notice them. Okay, there you go. I'll show this under the microscope now. Compared to how scuffed and scratched it was, I would need to spend more time, I think, on it. Maybe get a better abrasive pad. There's a dent in it there, though. I can't do much about that. But we've got rid of most of them. So we can just add a brushed effect on here now. So just rub that up and down in a straight line, straight as possible. A couple of times. We need to do a bit more. But as you can see, we're putting that brushed effect into it, back into it then. I think we might need a coarser one. Still looks a little bit too shiny. But it's looking much better than it was. I think, anyway. I don't know, I'm just imagining it. I'm pretty sure it's looking better than it was. I think it looks better than it did. Obviously I'd have to spend more time on it and probably use a bench grinder with the right attachments rather than just a Dremel. But for like 10 minutes spell done there, it's not bad. Need to get rid of like a lot of them deeper scratches still. Have to go quite deep to get rid of some of them, I think. Let me knock my mic back up now. Okay, there you go. You probably can hear me better now. Yeah, it doesn't look perfect, but I think compared to what it looked like before, we've got rid of quite a lot of scratches. Obviously we are looking at it under a microscope. With good lighting, it's just going to show every little imperfection. The brushed effect just needs to be just deeper and more on it. But I could do that. I think I can't remember if the red or the grey ones are higher abrasive. I've got a grey and a red one, yeah. But yeah, I'll probably give this another go off stream or something like that, finish it up, see how good I can get it at some point. It's just annoying about that little dent right there, isn't it? And obviously I'll have to do the rest of the strap and obviously the other strap. But this isn't really too scratched up. Hammer it out. Technically you could. I just have to find the right spot on the back to hammer it out, but I don't particularly want to, in case I damage it more. It's very minute, and like you never see the strap, it's at the bottom, like the clasp, sorry. But this will polish up fine. There's only minor scuffs on this, plus it won't really matter. There's some scuffs where like these two are mating together. Clips in this way. So I'll probably give that a going over at some point. This is an interesting finish, and this is also why I had capped on tape and stuff originally, is for polishing, because that stuff gets hot. You need like I think that's what they use. So if you're finishing a watch like this, it's quite hard to see now, but you can probably see how the outside ones are more shiny than the inside ones. So what you'd normally do is you'd polish the entire thing up to get a nice finish on it, and then you would cap on tape the outside ones, leaving the inside ones clear, and then on your wheel with an abrasive pad you would to add your brushed or satin effect then on the middle ones. It's been like years, like 5 or 6 years since I've done any work on watches. So trying to remember everything is gonna take a while. I do remember doing things by hand is generally not advised of. You can use a bench to be able to control, because that way if I'm using the bench is there and I can be going like this or like this and controlling how I'm applying the piece I'm polishing to the wheel, rather than trying to do with the Dremel and it's just doing this basically and just kick in and stuff. You can get up with some bad finishes. But I don't even know if this is gonna be too far gone. I will have a potch with wherever the goddamn, where did I put like the body for that? I can't remember where we put it now. Put it somewhere, didn't we? Oh, it's right here. Like the top doesn't look too bad, but obviously the sides, I don't know if that's going to be doable. The amount of metal I'm going to have to take away to remove them. I'll have to look see if there's any way like fill in them. I don't know. But I'm definitely going to have to come across this with some hand tools, some hand files and stuff like that. I don't know where all my hand files are right now. Oh, I've got one here. So we'll have to come across with a file basically and just straighten this out. But it's better done with like vices and stuff, because you want to be holding like very still. And just squaring up the edge on the bottom and stuff. But that's like, some of them just better off sitting there doing like methodically. I'm like trying to get to some of these areas without flattening off too much of this, because this is meant to be rounded. But this has lost so much shape due to the pitting. Like look at the shape on the back of that. It's bad. So I don't know if it's going to be too far gone, but it will be a nice project, I guess, for me to potch with. I don't know how much of it I'll do on stream, because I don't know if you guys find watches as interesting as like electronics and stuff. I do need to learn more electronic stuff. But I've had these sitting in a drawer for like 5 years, 6 years, something like that now. And I thought it's time that they finally get a well-deserved lease of life, new lease of life. But I would not recommend doing this without a vise. You need, or like something to hold. Whenever you're working on watches, always have full control over the piece you're working on, rather than trying to do what I'm doing here, just holding it with one hand and filing at it with the other hand. That is how you make a mess of things. But this thing is so far gone. If I make a mess of it, it is not the end of the world. But if we can add a bit more shape and definition back into some of this, it could be quite good. But there is some serious pitting in this. Like, I don't know if they like used to store it in the toilet or what the hell somebody was doing with this. Yeah, we have to remove a lot of metal here. And we haven't even got to like the flattening yet. It's looking very rough at the moment, but it's looking mechanically rough at the back, which is better. It's looking more squared. Because you can always tell bad polishing. Like, this has had a bad polish job in the past before we polish it. The edges are too rounded. That's a sign of a bad polishing job normally. But this is like not easy. I should probably find my other tools, my other files and stuff, because I don't know how the hell we're going to file away in here. But I have restored stuff in worse condition. Not this, like, particularly, but like a really old oak stays. 2 actually. And I had to be way more methodical, removing everything from the spindles, sanding them, reshaping them, filling, matching damage, like with like a wax type of thing you can use, different colours to blend. But yeah, we're slowly, I think we're just going to have to do that basically a bit off stream. Just keep prodding and poking it with some files, some abrasive pads, some sandpaper. This is nowhere near a polishing stage yet, even with like a Cat 9. Cat 9 will get rid of like your average daily scratches and stuff, a bit to buff it up, no problem. But I think for something like this, and even the strap, which isn't as damaged, as you can see, even with all that work, we've still got some of the deeper scratches. This has obviously been it got mailed to me loose. Like, they were just stored in big bags and, you know, scrap piles of watches, basically. So they are not loved. But maybe we can give it a little bit of love and a new lease of life. Got some other watches there which are not like Seikos and stuff, which if I do restore, if anybody does want to watch, just hit me up and I could probably send it to you. Because as you see, I have like more than enough watches. I don't need any more. I have one wrist, and like I already showed you guys like my favorite daily one, which is that one, which I don't even wear anymore, which is run out of. Like this one is scarf. This one could probably do with a good polish up. I do need to repair these here and here. I don't know how I'd repair a sapphire screen though. There's a chip out there somewhere. That's quite a deep scratch, that one. It's a very tiny chip right at the end here. Right there. But I've worn that watch a lot, and that watch is older than me. So it's hard disuse. I don't know how we're going to get this into a state ready for plating though, or when I'm going to get a bench power supply. I was going to say if, but I probably will get a bench power supply because they will be handy. I just don't want to spend a fortune on one. It's looking a bit better. Still a lot of pitting on this one side though. I just poked a hole straight in my glove for the end of this. It's very hard to do when I'm got a vice here. I don't think I'm taking enough material or evenly enough. Like this one side is deformed. But that was deformed before I started filing it because of all the pitting. This poor watch. Slowly getting some definition back though. But yeah, so it'll probably just take me like just hours and methodically just filing away, trying to rough it back out. And then rubbing with maybe some sandpaper. I do have like loads of sandpaper up to like 2000 grit. And then abrasive pads. And then polishing maybe. And see how far it takes it. I'm surprised more of the plating hasn't come off though. Because I'm pretty sure this is brass, as you can see. So it must have been plated really well and thick. Because that was like a cut 9 polishing compound that we used on it. I don't think it's cut buffing, I think technically at that stage, not polishing, I'm not too sure. Can't remember. There's certain like, even though like we generally would call it polishing, like your average person, there's like technical stages for depending on what grit you're using. In this class, it's like buffing or polishing or sanding or stuff, I think. Cannot remember any of that though. It's been many years. Oh bloody hell, it's had the time already as well. See, I'll finish it up another day, I think. I will also look for some cling films to come off. This is our get or lens protector. Like you can barely see that's on there when it's on there. Obviously you can when it's all dinged up. Cling film over the lens to protect from polishing compound, because I don't know if you can see if I bring in the microscope. The amount of polishing compound it's not showing up as too well. If I do that, no, you can't see it. But this entire desk is just covered in like little specks. Just absolutely covered. It's probably everywhere. Yeah, it's a really, really good polishing compound. If we weren't working on a watch that was so badly damaged, like we could have just used the through go and they would have come up lovely. Because that is not far off looking just like a standard, you know, slightly worn watch. There's some deep scratches in it and that dent. Obviously we need to get the brush to fat back, that's way too shiny. And that's that shiny with a cut 9. Like that is cut 9 gloss 2. And we go all the way up to, this one hasn't even gone, this is just like finishing, this is way higher. So medium compound is a gloss 5 and a cut 7. And this is just like basically no cut, it's like a 1 or something like that, and like a 9, I think it's like a 1 and a 9, I think, or something like that, if I remember correctly. It's not indicated on here, but it's roughly around there. I don't even know if I've used it once, maybe a tiny bit of it. And we have Cape Cod polishing cloths and stuff like that, they're good. But yeah, maybe later on I'll carry on having a file done with this, because it's already looking like quite shiny, to be honest. That's one good thing about polishing compounds. It hasn't got rid of all the imperfections, and this is going to need to be perfect if we're going to replate it. We'll probably give it a go without it being perfect. But if you prep and you fit your surface you're going to plate, it's not perfect, then your plating is not going to be perfect. Like prep work is 99% of the job, basically. Yes, I think I'm going to have to probably wrap it up there, guys, just because I've got a bunch to do. I'm hoping to try and get an earlier night tonight. If I will get an earlier night, who knows, because I do have a bunch of stuff I've got to do. I've got to like nip out to the shop and some bits and pieces now. But it's been fun potching with a couple of bits. We've got our one controller that is all completed, and we are currently UV bleaching. I'll quickly show the stream one time before I leave. For anybody who missed the part with the controller modification, I say modification, restoring the controller basically. We managed to get 2 boards from 2 non-working controllers, combine them, but then when it came to finding the back grips and the battery cover, we found a set, but they were like discoloured in comparison to the rest of the case. So we've got these in cling film and 40 proof hydrogen peroxide. This laser, this is almost running out of battery now, it's just not very bright. But we've got that then placed on top of the box with some foil wrapped around the sides, and that's just going to sit there and help whiten up these plastics, hopefully to roughly the same colour as the rest of the controller, so it doesn't stick out like a sore thumb. But you guys can be the judge of that when we do the next stream. Just remind you guys to show you, and you can see if there's much of a visual difference between the before and the after, because it was like quite a visual difference. It stood out like a sore thumb, so it should be fairly easy to spot. And I will also try to see if I can find any other controllers or something to work on. I would like to try my hand at a Game Boy, but I've seen them like ribbon things that connect to the screen and stuff can be damaged and can be quite tricky. And also PlayStation 1. I don't think I'd be able to tackle a newer console, like an Xbox or PlayStation or Switch. It might be a bit too much. I think you're going to need hard A and some tools I don't have for that. And I will also be looking into setting up, look at that hole, some potential stuff just to pass with on stream, where you guys can send commands or alerts, can control stuff IRL. We'll probably start with something simple like some LEDs, because we have a bunch of LEDs. I might do it through Lumia Stream, or I might try integrating it through an ESP. Both could be fun, and you guys can get involved and have input in what you think would be good. But yeah, Lumia Stream seems to have a whole bunch of stuff built in. I don't want to pay for the free version, but we'll look into that another stream and decide. I think it'd be nice for you guys to be able to have more input and more interactions, stuff like that. You can send like color commands and stuff apparently to change colors of LEDs. So I'll have a look what I want to do, but I think alerts would be nice because sometimes I miss alerts. So I'd like something, maybe you could buy like one of them like electronic testing kits that comes with a little speaker, build some stuff and have that to be activated. Or if I could find like a dance, my one idea was an additional camera that auto switches when somebody like donates or subscribes or something like that. Switch to the camera and then have like a little dancing like figurine. You get like one of them toys that dances, and I think it just wire just straight up to power or something with a transistor. Who knows? So it's just like an idea. If I'll actually end up doing something like that is another thing. We'll see. But for now, I need to end the stream. I will try to come up with some more fun ideas and projects. So do a bunch of DIY stuff coming in, but that's like IRL, that's away from like the desk and stuff. So that probably won't be filmed, but we will see. If anybody does that in the meantime, have any ideas for anything they would like to see, let me know, because I am always keen. Or if anybody spots any good deals on Xbox Series controllers, let me know, because I'm always looking to do more controllers. It's what I enjoy, mainly because I've got all the stuff to do it. I've got all the spare parts, and I've done 20 or 30 of them at this point, I think. So yeah, I'm pretty familiar with them. Anyway guys, thank you very much for all tuning in, watching. I appreciate every last one of you. I'll just call out the last couple of people I can see in chat. Squish, JFix, Claw. I didn't notice Russie came here. Oh yeah, he did. That was earlier when you were talking about the vinegar. My memory is so bad. All right. If I don't stream for a couple of days, I haven't gone missing. I might just be actually trying to catch up on my sleep, like I said I was going to do today. I did say no stream for a couple of days so I could catch up on sleep and stuff, but we'll see. I enjoy streaming. I'm just potching too much. So we'll see. Take it easy, guys. Enjoy the rest of your night, and once again, thank you very much. Bye now.